the point of the message that I was talking about, the self-mastery, is all about when you're telling your story, to not say that you don't want to mention the other person that you're talking about, because that takes away from your story. So say you're telling somebody something and they're hearing you, and then you be like, well, I don't want to mention them because, I don't want to talk about them. Now they done lost interest in what you was talking about. They want to know who you actually are talking about now. It's like, why you don't want to mention that person? So basically, you take away from your own story when you're focused on somebody else. Even if you mention that you don't want to mention their names, just tell the story. Because what's most important is how you got through it. It's not even about that person. And I already spoke about that before my video got clipped. So I wanted to just leave the ending of self-mastery to be focused on self, taking care of yourself in a way that it doesn't require action. Sometimes it's just best to chill. You get to know yourself best when you're not in motion. When you have the opportunity to sit back and relax, and like in my case, wrap up in a sheet because it's so damn hot, you just let your body relax, no clothes on, and you just vibe. Feel your body and feel what you are. A lot of times people keep talking about what body shaming, and it's because somebody told them about their body. How you feel about your body is you. But see, that goes with the self-mastery. If you can master how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you can't be told what you need to do, how you need to do it. And everything that I talk about is always one thing that's connected to another, because why? We are all connected to everything in the universe, to each other, to whatever you can think about. And so because of all this connection, it helps you to realize that you don't have to work so hard to just be. That's it. People want to travel out of the country to go on vacation. Have a vacation at home. It's free. When you're tired, enjoy that time to sleep. People judge themselves. Oh, I got to work. Oh, I got to take care of these bills. I got to do. That's why we have God. God is the source who provides resources. You are the vessel. So when you understand you're the vessel, you start taking care of your vessel, and you realize what's really important. It's like, okay, I need to decompress. That doesn't mean go smoke. That doesn't mean go drink. Trust me, I was in substance abuse heavily. I thought drinking was the thing to do. I woke up with a drink on my mind. I didn't eat. I would drink. I go smoke my clothes, and I thought that was my life. And it was just killing me. Not only physically it was killing me energetically, spiritually, spiritually, because I knew that I was better than that. But that was my way of coping with life. I became I guess a victim to my circumstances, as opposed to realizing that my circumstances is because of me. And so when I had that mind shift and said, I'm going to do something about it, now I'm on a path that I've never even imagined was going to happen. It's one thing, like I said before, to know that you have a purpose. My purpose was to be a star, or I am a star, or whatever I was told. If I didn't make that choice for myself, I wouldn't be on this path. I wouldn't be able to say, wow, I can see how my life is leading me into this area, as opposed to sitting on a couch or sleeping all day, waking up to drink, and going to the casino, spending all my money because I'm like, fuck it, I ain't got that much anyway, let me gamble. I had a really warped mentality about my life because things wasn't happening the way I wanted it to. College grad, then I'm a veteran, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But every time something that didn't work out for me, it pushed me closer to who I was becoming. I didn't know that. So what didn't look like my plan for my life was actually God's plan. It actually changed the way I saw life. what didn't work out wasn't supposed to, but it helped me to realize, you know what, this is what life is about. People are not as nice as you think they are. People don't want to invite you when they are jealous or threatened by you. You know, those kind of things hurt. But when you sit back and you get into your own energy, you're like, you know what? I'm cool with that. I don't want to be around people that don't want me there. I don't want to force relationships. I want comfortable relationships. I want to be happy with the people I'm around. And see, that's something I wasn't. I wasn't comfortable because I have a whole different mindset. Always have. And so stuff I want to talk about is beyond human understanding. So I truly know what it was like to try to have a human experience and be a spiritual being. Two different worlds. But it was up to me to bring the two together. That's why my life has been so challenging. The star that I was meant to be is the actual star that we be talking about. Star seeds from different planets coming through, showing the earth lings showing people on the earth how other planets are emerged in love, and how they operate in a way that humans never understand because they're too busy competing and hating each other instead of trying to find out why we so different and what we here to do. But again, self-mastery is required in order to have those kind of cooperation, those type of relationships. You can't gather with other people and not know who you are. You know, you're trying to fit in as opposed to knowing who's your tribe. That's what self-mastery is really about. You know, being comfortable in your own skin, finding what works for you and what doesn't, and just accepting it. Stop judging yourself. Oh, I'm not this. Oh, I'm not that. They said this. They said, fuck them. They can't tell you who you are. Nobody can define who you are but you. You know, people only speak from their level of ignorance, their experiences in life. People told them they wasn't shit, so they gonna go and tell somebody else the same thing. It's just a real warped mindset. So what I say, as far as self-mastery, go ahead and do what you got to do and figure it out. I always say that in every single video because it's the same message. It's a different title. The last ones I was talking about access, I was talking about contrast, and now this is self-mastery, and somehow they all intertwine. So that just tells you that it just repeats itself. Everything is just repeating. There's nothing new under the sun that I don't know about. I'm looking at it. I catch patterns. So I can easily see somebody doing the same thing and I say, hey, get yourself together so you can, you know what? I would say become more of an observer. If you don't know how to reach into yourself and figure out who you are, stop trying to participate in life and take a step back and just observe life. That's how I live. I live through observation. I don't live in part. I live through observation, not participation. So that's how I'm able to move around freely and see things. And I'm not dealing with that. Oh, okay, I've seen that before. That's what it is. Observation, not participation. Know when to participate and know when to sit back and observe. But anyway, it's the same message. It's repeating, but you get what I'm talking about. I'm sure you do. Even if you are a simple being trying to become a human being who's going to eventually become a meta being, it's all in your mind. It's like being a baby soul maturing into, you know, it's just maturing in a different way. Instead of having a physical body and you mature in your physical body, your soul is the same way. You can be an old-ass adult and be a baby soul. You don't know nothing. And vice versa. You can be a baby and have an old soul and you know all this stuff. You come to the earth with all this knowledge. So it's not about your age, your physical age. It's about your soul and how you choose to grow while you're here on planet Earth and having experiences. So, yes, don't tell your story from a place of victimization, and don't focus on who the people are that was involved. Tell your story from a place of empowerment so that you can inspire others to move forward, because people need permission. Beyond me, I don't need nobody's permission to do a damn thing. I gave myself permission to get up and change my mind. But since people need permission, I'm going to give you permission to be yourself, all right? I'm going to give you permission to stand in your power and be as confident as you want, and tell people to F off if they tell you you're cocky and arrogant. Fuck them. Cocky and arrogant, that's people that don't understand what true confidence is. But anyway, until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. And y'all have a good night. Well, actually, it's morning time over here now, because the first part of the video I cut off and then I got back on, and now I'm just like, what was I talking about? I've been doing the most. So anyway, take care of yourselves, and until the next message, I'll catch you later. Love you. Goddess is set on her throne. Peace.